everyone. Welcome to Crafternoon. My name is Miss Linnae and I'm from the North Valleys Library. Now, today in celebration of the Lunar New Year, we are going to be making a Lunar New Year drum. It's also called a bolang, which is a traditional Chinese instrument. It's a double-headed drum, which is attached to a handle. And on each side of the drum, there is string upon which is attached some sort of pellet or bead. And the way you play it is by twisting the handle. Would you like to hear it? All right, here we go. Looks like fun, huh? Well, so today we're going to make a Lunar New Year drum, and thanks to giftofcuriosity.com, we found a way of making one using paper plates. I have two examples here. I made this one using a small paper plate. Ready? And I made this one here using paper bowls. That's why it's so fat. You ready? Huh, they all sound so different. Are you ready to make one yourself? Well, in order to make a Lunar New Year drum, you're going to need some supplies. First of all, you're going to need your paper plate. You could use 2 medium paper plates. Don't do the extra large ones. They're just too big. You could use small paper plates. You're going to need 2, whatever you choose. Or you could use 2 paper bowls. Make sure they're paper because we're going to be stapling through them. All right, in order to decorate your drum, you're going to want something like paint and a paintbrush, or maybe markers or crayons or stickers, your choice. I'm going to be using paint today. Then, in order to put your Lunar New Year drum together, you're going to need a straight stick. You could go out into your yard and find a straight stick underneath a tree or a bush. Make sure it doesn't have any pokey ends. That hurts. Or you could go into your school supplies and find a nice straight pencil, the longest one you could find. Or you could go into the kitchen maybe and find a chopstick. This is what I'm going to use today. Then you're also going to need some string or yarn, and you're going to need a pellet or bead, maybe plastic ones or wooden ones, but stay away from the glass ones. And you're also going to need tape, the really good sticky kind, like masking tape or duct tape. You could use Scotch tape, but it's not quite sticky enough, I don't think. And the last thing you're going to need is a stapler. And you're going to have to make sure there's staples inside. All right, now that we have all of our supplies, let's get to it. The first thing we're going to do is decorate our plate. In order to decorate it, well, since I'm painting, I need a paint cloth because I don't want paint on my table. I'm also going to need my plates. So I've decided to use the 2 small ones. Like I said, you could do whatever you want. And I need my paint. Here's a plate to put my paint on. And since the traditional colors of the Lunar New Year are red and yellow, that's what I'm going to use. But, you know, use whatever you want. If you like blue or purple, use those. It's all good. And here's my paintbrushes. I'm ready to go. Got my apron on to keep my shirt from getting dirty. And, well, before you paint those plates, you're going to want to do one more thing. Turn them over. The side you want to decorate is the bottom of the plate. Are you ready? All right, get your paintbrushes and let's get to it. All right. Wow, that took a long time and it's a little messy, but it'll do in a pinch, huh? All right, so now all I got left to do is to wait for my plates to completely dry, and then we can put them together. It looks like our plates have dried, so it's time to put together our Lunar New Year drum. For this part, you're going to need to turn one of your plates over and then get your stick. Remember, I chose a chopstick. I'm going to put my chopstick so that the top of it goes to the top of the plate, but that the bottom goes down past the bottom so that it makes a handle. If you find that your stick isn't much bigger than your plate, like let's say this pencil here, you see how it goes from the top of the plate and barely goes beyond the bottom? That's not going to make a very good handle. What you could do in this case, if you want to use it, is to pull the stick or the pencil down so that you end up with a handle, and then you're going to tape the pencil as best as you can to whatever is left there in the middle. However, I'm going back to my chopstick. Here we go. I'm going to get my tape. You're going to want long strips. And you're going to want to tape it down good and tight and rub it really good against the stick so that it sticks to the stick. All right, another piece. All right, once you have the tape on there, if you think it's good, go ahead and try wiggling the stick. If the stick wiggles too much, you'll want to tape it some more, but if it's pretty sturdy, you're good to go. I'm going to put one more piece of tape on. It was wiggling a little. Get that good and stuck on there. Oh yeah, that's better. All right, now we're going to add the string with the pellets. So here's my string. You're going to need a pair of scissors. Sorry, I forgot to tell you about that before. You want your string a little bit more than half of the width of your plate, maybe about 2/3. So cut off one piece of string, and then since you already have one cut, go ahead and cut the second one the same length. Very good. All right, move out of the way, please. All right, on your first string, go ahead and tie a knot on the end. If your string is thin like mine, you'll want to tie a double knot. But if it's thick, one should be sufficient. So I'm going to tie a double knot. The reason I'm tying 2 knots on here is to make a nice big knot so that when I put the beads on, they won't fall off. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other string so that we're ready to go. All right, now that you have 2 strings with knots on them, you can get your beads on it. You can put 1 or 2 beads on, your choice. I'm going to put 2 on just for fun. 1 red one and 1 yellow one. Right, I'm going to tie one tiny knot on the other end. And the reason, I'll tell you about that when we're stapling the plate. Right, put a red one on here and another yellow one. Again, I'm going to tie a knot on the end of that string. Oops, my fingers didn't want to do it. All right, now to add it to the plate. Grab your handy dandy tape, get a smaller piece, and you'll put one on the side, about like that, and you'll tape it down. If your tape extends beyond your plate, you can just cut it off. Is the string long enough? Let's see. Maybe. Let's pull it out just a little bit further. There we go. Perfect. All right, next string. Close to the edge. A little bit of tape to hold it in place until we can staple it down. All right, looking good. Shall we give it a try? Here we go. Yep. Works okay, but it's not done. We need to add the other side of the drum. Ta-da! Go ahead and take your other drum plate, put it on top so that it's nice and centered the way you want, and then grab your stapler. Now, we're going to staple all the way around the plate. If you're having trouble putting the stapler in, you can go ahead and squish your plate so that you can get the stapler in. Let's see, I'm going to staple right here where the string comes, and I'm going to staple it twice. And the reason I put a knot on the end of that string was so that it would get caught in the staples and you wouldn't be able to pull it out. Well, at least I hope you won't be pulling it out. All right, go around your whole plate. There we go. Staple on both sides of your handle for sturdiness. There we go. All right, we have staples all around. It looks like it's good and sturdy. What do you think? Shall we give it a shot? All right, here we go. Not bad. I think I like it. Well, everybody, thank you for making Lunar New Year drums with me. And if you enjoyed this craft, go ahead and come to our Washoe County Library website or go to the Facebook page and find other crafts and STEAM projects to do. Thanks again for coming. See you next time. Bye-bye.